So we've got the teams out for Wales versus South Africa, and both are in the same boat. They've got lots of selection restrictions, and still South Africa look incredibly strong. So many World Cup winners there, so many exciting youngsters, new players as well. And that front five, so scary. Wales, yes, they've got restrictions, but I think it's fair to say this is the weakest Welsh side I think I've ever seen on paper. They're resting some players, Rowlands, Elias Adams for the summer. You know, it's outside the international window, so they can't select English-based players like Dafydd Jenkins, Chris Schwinzer. They've got some injuries, which has been compounded by a new injury to Jack Morgan, who was just coming back from injury. He's out for the summer. That's a massive blow. They've had to draft more players in, so they're kind of all over the place. South Africa, well, they're not selecting UK-based players either, and they can't select from the Bulls because they're in the URC final. Big names injured, Colby as well, so they are in the same boat, but the quality just looks miles apart. Now, traditionally, Wales are a team whose domestic sides don't do that great, but they really raise their game when they come together for Wales. But they're not in Wales, they're in England. They're playing at Twickenham, so that could be a problem as well. So all in all, I'm a little bit worried for Wales here. Let's have a look at the teams. Winnett plays at fullback. Now, they brought back Liam Williams all the way from Japan. I thought surely they're going to play him at 15 if that's the case, but no, he's better at 15. But Winnett, he's a good player. They've trusted him in the Six Nations, so okay. But Liam Williams, getting a bit older, maybe not quite the pace he used to, but he's at 14, so that's an interesting one. One point where I'd be quite excited for Wales is Mason Grady at 12. He could be the next big thing literally in the centres for Wales. He's going to have to get them going forward. So much pressure on young Sam Costello, the only specialist 10 in the squad, so he's going to have to go well. And they could easily have put Davis in or Thomas Williams at 9, but they've gone for Ellis Bevan for his debut, so that's a big chance. But goodness me, what a test up against Faf de Klerk and the Rocket 9 of Grant Williams on the other side. So Ellis Bevan's baptism of fire, that is for sure. They've gone for their strongest scrummaging front row, but that's still, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Their subs on the bench as well, they worry me. Let's look in the second row. You've got the two Dragons there, the Dragons pairing, and you're getting the pairing from the second worst team in the URC. Screech has had one cap already, but there's kind of a reason he hasn't had more, which sounds harsh again, but I'm just highlighting how comparatively weak this is with Screech and Carter up against Etzebeth and Mostert. In the back row, we know Plumtree's got some skills. Both of them's just been drafted in, so it's had very little training time. Wainwright is their first choice 8, but goodness me, it is a scratch Wales pack. It is the weakest Welsh pack I've ever seen. Just saying it. Let me know if I'm wrong. And then on the bench, Lloyd, Matthias and Azarati to come on. I just don't know if that's going to do it when the South African subs come on. We'll talk about them in a minute. Another last-minute call. Ratty's called in to cover that second row. Mackenzie Martin is an exciting physical specimen, so I am excited to see him. We've got Eddie James, he's 6'4", he's a youngster, 21 in the centres, so another baptism of fire, and another UB Beetham as well. So blimey, these guys are going to have to step up very, very quickly, because up against them, let's look at that front five. Oxenche, Malcolm Marks and Vincent Cott on his 50th cap. Goodness me, what a front row. And then shove in Etzebeth and Mostert behind them. It's going to trouble any scrum in the world, especially this Welsh scrum. They could get absolutely demolished because coming off the bench, you've got Mbanambi, Malherbe, and Manchunu is coming on and he's decent as well. So what a scrummaging unit that is. Murat is coming on. He's a bit lower down the pecking order, I guess. Dixon's a newbie, so we'll see. He's a big guy, of course. And in the back row, they're fighting it out. Quagga Smith playing open side. 6 is open side for South Africa. Then the giant Peter Steph-Totoy, one of the best players ever for South Africa. He is the captain. And then a big chance for number 8, Evan Roos, who had been seen as the next big thing at number 8, coming in for maybe Dwayne Vermeulen. We know that Visa's a solid character, but who is the next massive superstar number 8? Could be Roos. He's getting his all-round game together, but Cameron Hannacombe for the Bulls looks absolutely fire, but he's in that final, so a good chance for Roos to show what he can do. Also on the bench, Grant Williams is the quickest scrum half, like literally bar none. Let's have a look at the backs, and it's a mixed bag between experience and new guys. We've got Faf de Klerk, Esterhazen, Creel, loads of experience, Mapimpi especially, but there's some new guys there. We've got Van der Merwe on debut, the winger. He is absolutely lightning. At 15 is Fassi, and he is one of the quickest 15s you're ever going to see. Is he safe enough under the high ball tackling? We'll see there, but he's getting his chance. He's certainly been talked about for quite a while now. And Jordan Hendrickse is getting a go at 10. They're trying 2 new 10s. Feinberg Umgazulu is on the bench as well, and he is a superstar in the making as well. So these guys are fighting it out maybe for number 3, I guess, because I suppose that Pollard and Libbok will be back for Ireland, although Libbok still can be very hot and cold. His kicking can be all over the place, so if one of these guys goes really well, maybe they can get in there on the bench maybe with Pollard starting. So it's a really interesting side, but goodness me, it is crazy, crazy strong, and even room for Damien Diolande on the bench as well. So on the face of it, it looks like Wales are going to get crushed, but who knows, anything can happen in rugby. They can raise their game. South Africa, it's their first game since the World Cup, so they could be disjointed as well. But you've got to say, this looks bad news for Wales. Let me know, is this the weakest Welsh team we have ever seen? Is this one of the strongest scratch South African teams we've ever seen? Pop those comments below, like, subscribe if you're into these sorts of videos, and I'll catch you next time.